So today we're here with Jada, and she has come in with complaint of pain at her proximal third phalanx on the right hand. Jada is an avid rock climber and gardener, and she said that she hurt herself climbing a few days ago. So can you tell me a little bit about your injury and how it happened?
Yeah. No rope climbing, so the fall is going to be a ground fall, so holding on is imperative. A lot of big moves, and each move was just as big as the last one. Wide movements, and then the final movement, the feet come off, and then to go for the hold. It was a really open hand hold, so there was a lot of pressure. And when I grabbed the hold, I had a pop in my knuckle, my finger. I'm not really sure.
Okay. And so you grabbed for the hold, and your feet were out from under you, and so then you heard a pop. And can you describe what the pain is like for me?
Yeah, pretty localized, right at the knuckle, mostly in the finger, pretty achy.
And is there anything that it's keeping you from doing? Like, can you hold things? Can you?
Definite loss of mobility, definite inability to grab anything that weighs more than like a paper clip. Definitely having trouble putting on my pants because I can't close my hands. Not a good injury. Not really hoping. Yeah.
All right, and then the pain type, like, would you say it's more radiating, or would you say you have like burning pain or aching pain, or?
Yeah, it's definitely localized to the knuckle, right in the joint, the finger. No burning, no radiating. Very little radiating pain if I use it, but like if it's just here, the pain is in one spot.
Okay, and then and you said this happened a few days ago. So like, was this on
4 or 5 days ago? Yeah.
4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and anything you've been doing that has helped with the pain?
Icing, ibuprofen, nothing else.
Okay, and from a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being there's no pain present, and 10 being it's so bad that you're gonna pass out, what would you say your pain is?
Low, like a 2 when I'm not using it, definitely a 6 when I am using it, and my 10 is a big 10. I broke my face.
All right.
Shattered the floor orbital wall, so I know what 10 is. So this is a steady 6.
All right.
She's a 6.
She's a 6. All right. Sounds good. And have you injured that hand before, or that finger before? No, first one. Okay, cool. So upon observation, we can see that there's going to be some bruising and discoloration and a little bit of edema in that third digit on the volar side of the hand. When Jada does flex her hand, there is an obvious bowstring deformity, so you can see the flexor tendon coming off. Being a rock climber and having a bowstring deformity with those symptoms would make me start to think that it's going to be an annular pulley injury, but we don't want to rule out a flexor tendon injury either. So we're just going to start off with some palpations here. Just starting off on the dorsal side of the hand, and just kind of getting familiar with where the carpals are and everything. And so if you just want to go ahead and make that for me, and palpating, I'm going to go ahead and palpate the extensor tendons and just make sure that there is nothing, no deformities there, and everything looks good. So we can go ahead and just flip over and just palpating the thenar eminence and the hypothenar eminence, just maintaining, wanting to be firm but gentle because she does have pain, and starting to palpate the palmar aponeurosis as well. Feeling for any deformities there, feeling for the flexor tendons and up through the digits. And everything is feeling normal. And during this, we also want to make sure We can use this as a time to just assess dermatomes. So we want to assess the C7 dermatome. She said she didn't have any radiating pain, but we still want to rule out any sort of nerve injury. And so you can feel everything is in.
I can feel everything, and there was mild discomfort right in that area.
Yep, and by the way, we do know that she's feeling some discomfort there.
I can feel the squiggle.
And just kind of want to feel if there are any obvious disruptions going on. And there doesn't seem to be any swelling in the actual joint capsule at the MCP joint. All right, and then just switching over, I'm going to do the same thing and just starting on the dorsal aspect and just having her go ahead, and so I can palpate those extensor tendons, and everything seems pretty much in line with the other side. Flipping over, and we do see that there is a difference in size of that third finger. Just making sure that I palpate everything bilaterally here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start with some active range of motion. So we can start on this hand. I'm going to do everything bilaterally, but I will, for time's sake, go ahead and just show it on the injured hand. We're just going to do some wrist extension, active wrist extension. So she's just going to here, right at 72 degrees, which is normal, and then go ahead and flex your hand down. 80 degrees, perfectly normal. She has she is the same on the opposite arm, with 82 degrees of flexion and 70 on the nose for extension. So next we're going to do the MCP joint, and we want to start really looking for this third digit here to see, and we see a little bit of loss of mobility here. She's at about 83 degrees, and as you can see with the rest of her fingers on the other hand, she does have on her left hand, she's at about 100 degrees. Proximal interphalangeal joint, we're going to just have her go here and then just bend like that as best as we can. All right. So here we've got her at 64. Her other hand, she is at 100 degrees as well. All right, and then for this one, I'm just gonna hold it like here. Is that okay? Is it pain? And then I just want you to try to flex. All right. And we've got about 30 degrees, and on our other hand, she's closer to about 50. Normal is about 90 degrees. So now we're going to go through passive range of motion. Same thing. I've done this on the opposite hand. We're going to just go through the MCP, PIP, and DIP joints. So starting with this hand, just starting off with first some manual muscle testing. So what I want you to do here is just coming into this and just go like that, and don't let me pull you out. All right, good. And then we'll do that, everything that we do on this side, we'll do bilaterally. So then we're going to do the same thing here, and I'm just going to try to isolate that finger, so don't let me pull you out. All right, good. And
you're not good, you'd have it.
Okay, so there's a little bit of weakness. She's probably at about 3 for the proximal interphalangeal joint. She's about a 5 for the metacarpal phalangeal joint, and then she's at a 1 for the distal interphalangeal joint. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to just rule out the flexor tendon injury. So I just want you in both hands, you can hold them up at the same time and just make a fist. All right, and so we see here that she is able to make a fist even though she can't fully do that, which would be indicative of a pulley injury. So we now know that she does not have jersey finger. And then doing the Funnell-Littner's test. Again, we will do this bilaterally as well. So we're just going to take her through here. All right.
Discomfort, but no pain.
And she is able to contract, so we know that it is not a muscular issue, but it is a ligamentous issue. So just going to do a couple of neurovascular exams just to make sure. We already did go over actually the myotome and the dermatome for C7. So when she went through wrist extension, she was doing the dermatome or the myotome for C7, and then going through palpations, palpating through the digits. She tested negative for any issues with any dermatome issues. So we're just going to check for any sort of compromise to the median nerve or the ulnar nerve, first by just going through Tennel sign of each. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to tap. You feel any tingling or numbness or pain? Okay. And then just finding the tunnel of Guyon. Any numbness or tingling? All right, and then just feeling for that ulnar artery, which we've got here, is very, very present. Just got a nice strong pulse. All right, so what I want you to do here is, now that I've palpated both of your radial and your ulnar artery, I want you to just go like this over and over again several times. All right, and hold. And extend. And she had great capillary refill there, so we know that she does not have any ulnar nerve entrapment. So after doing the full assessment, after I've done everything bilaterally on the opposite limb, I have come to the final diagnosis, which is going to be a injury to the annular pulley, the A4 pulley. Thank you.